I'll never forget the day when someone finally needed my service. It was such a beautiful day. Because I'd been planning for this day to come. I'd been praying, I'd been dreaming how my very first client was going to be. And I'd been reaching out to people, as I told you, but I had not gotten any contact. Then all of a sudden, I get a call from a close friend of mine. She said her boyfriend, who owned apartments that he was going to sell, about 18 apartments, wanted to do show flats, and he needed a furniture company to do the furniture for each of the flats. When she told me this, I was like, God, have you finally opened the door for me? You know that feeling now. But the thing is, I didn't have design school and I didn't have a proposal, but I told myself, when I get to that place, I will show him how serious I am. So about this, my friend, when she told me this thing, I didn't wait for her to call me first, like to keep calling me and following me up. I followed her up till she set up the meeting with me and her boyfriend on site. That day, I didn't carry handbag. I just went to my phone and a tape measure on my pocket, on my belt pouch, and I wore shoes, sneakers, jeans, shirts. I didn't carry any handbag because I didn't want to be distracted, right? And I didn't want to look confused. That day, the way I appeared showed that I was there for work and nothing else. So I walked into the building, saw him from a distance. Instantly, I switched to confident Rosa. If you see me, my shoulders were just like square. My chin was up. My smile small. As I was approaching him, I've not even got to him, I just brought out my hands. I've not reached him, I brought out my hands. I said, hello sir, my name is Rosa. Eye contact. He gave me a handshake. No intimidation. He shook me, then he looked at me and said, so, what do you have in mind? I was like, this man didn't even ask me, how are you? Straight to business. You guys remember I was going to tell you this story. I told you in episode 2 that I'll tell you how I met Boss. Boss is a kind of person that doesn't waste his time. And I think why he spoke to me that way was that he wanted to find out if I was worth the meeting. So I started talking, taking him to the room, told him about full headboards we can do, talked about space optimization, storage, things that I had watched on design school series. And every time something made sense to him, he would just say, yes, Rosa! Yes, Rosa! I said that he was sweeting me. That was when I knew, Rosa got it, Rosa got it. He was listening. So the moment he started speaking, I just zipped. I didn't talk again. I started listening. I took notes on my phone. Sometimes I'll repeat what he said back to him. I'll say, so what you want here, sir, what you mean is this, just so that he knows I understand him and I'm hearing him and I'm understanding him. Now, when we're done with that meeting, I told him thank you, but I didn't leave. Immediately while I was with him, I scheduled a second meeting. I said, sir, I'm going to come with a presentation. Is so and so day okay for you? He was like, yes. I told him, please, can I reach you through your partner? Because he hadn't given me his number. He said, yes, sure. That's how I left. Went back. When I got back to the house, I had already converted my living room. Half was living room, half was office. Because living room is not paying rent. It is office that is paying rent. I wasn't trying to keep up appearances. I didn't go and say, let me go and rent a space for office. Do you understand what I mean? So, me and my PA started working on the ideas that he had come up with. I'd seen in design school that I could use, in design episodes that I used to watch, that I could use a cardboard. I could print out the pictures of what I want to do, bring out fabric cuts and wood cuts. I got the wood cuts from company A, the ones I told you about in episode 2. So I did that. I put it up on a cardboard. I printed the pictures, the fabric samples, the wood. I rolled it up, and that's what I used for my first presentation. Now, when I went for the presentation, he liked it. We made some adjustments. I did another one, and then we started working on quotations, which I already gisted you about. And then finally, he agreed for a prize. And you would think that's the end. That's how I got my first job. Nope, that was not. I know that sometimes you feel like my story is dramatic. Rosa always has a drama curving on the side. But it's the truth. That's the truth. That's how life is. Immediately I was done my quotation and he agreed. Boss stopped responding. He ghosted me. And I didn't know why. I didn't do pity party and say, oh, he has found somebody else. I couldn't go and ask his girlfriend how far. Because if I ask girlfriend how far, she'll be saying it will be like it's her personal interest, so I have to do my business by myself. She just introduced me, so I can't be stressing her. I couldn't ask boss, how far? So I stayed calm and started thinking, what should I do? What can I do to re-enter the equation? Then I came up with an idea. Do you want to hear what it is? Instead of waiting, I asked his girlfriend if I could bring him lunch. That's how I re-entered the conversation. So I made lunch one of those days. I didn't buy it because I didn't have money to buy. And I didn't have money to buy the standard that I could offer. And I knew it may happen a couple of times, right? So I made lunch, put in a 7-dish, picked up his girlfriend, took it to the office with his girlfriend. That day we just ate lunch in his office and we just talked about life. You know, he was with his girlfriend, so he felt comfortable. And I left them together. I said, have a nice day, sir. I left. A week later, I called the girlfriend again. I said, can we meet up for another lunch? She said, yes. Did another lunch again, and then I brought it to his office. And this time we just talked about work, but it wasn't my side. He was just talking about work in general, about the pressures and stuff. And I was there to listen. I listened because I knew he was a man that needed someone to just listen. He just needed to offload. Do you understand? Third time again, I called that I wanted to do lunch. Boss said, let's go out. I said, no, boss, I want you to be relaxed in your office, because that was his comfort zone. I was there to offer service. So he was like, okay, sure, if you prefer that. Brought the lunch again to his office, and this time he talked about work. And I was like, what? He was talking about my side. He started talking about the pressures of my side. He started talking about things that were stressing him in my side, how they're not meeting deadlines, how he's not been able to do this and that. And a smart idea came. I told him, sir, why don't I go to site? Let me go. Let me offer myself. Let me go to site every day. I'll be your eyes and ears. I will supervise the work, because you know I'm a civil engineer. I will supervise the work. I will make sure it comes out exactly as you want it to be. And I will give you updates every day so that you have nothing to worry about. I'll make sure they follow the deadline and stuff. Boss, as a strategic man that he is, thought about it. Well. And he said, okay, let's give it a try. And I said, but when I finish supervising and we get to my stage, you will start my work. He was like, sure. He had nothing to lose. He wasn't paying me for supervision. He had someone that he didn't have anything to gain from the site, so he could trust. And he had already agreed on the quotation. So what does he have to lose? You understand? So I went to site. I became his eyes and ears. And when the work was done, he gave me my first job. Ha! See, let me pause and tell you what you have not noticed in this conversation. There are about 10 things you haven't noticed in this conversation. Number 1, don't wait to be called. You see how I followed up the girlfriend? I didn't wait to be called. I followed her up till I got the first meeting. Number 2, when you go to see a client, dress smart. Don't be looking flashy. You are not there to impress. You're there to be focused and look like somebody that's coming to work. Number 3, even if you don't have technology, come prepared. I used a cardboard and I did a great presentation. Number 4, when the client is speaking, listen. Show understanding. Don't argue. Number 5, don't force closeness with clients. Earn their trust. Number 6, care for clients genuinely. Don't be a transactional person. Know that they have needs. See them as clients. Don't see them as money. Number 7, be showing up. Don't show up unknowingly. Don't be texting every day. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. How are you, sir? Thank you, sir. Well done, sir. No. Ask the client, how can I help? How can I be of assistance to you? Be present. And then finally, build relationships. Don't build pressure. And then the sale will follow. See, when I met boss, I didn't emotionally blackmail him to support me. I didn't say, please now, support a small girl trying to. No, I offered value. The same way I did for one of our interior designers. I met an interior designer in December last year. And then she had a challenge. Her challenge was that she had taken me to a few sites. No, she had taken me to 2 sites. One was in Abuja and one was in Lagos. So we are still talking about the Abuja site. She was so excited about it, and all of a sudden, like I'd done the mood boards, I'd done the quotation, and she was like, yes, let's go ahead with it. Guess what? She went silent on me. I said, what's happening? This lady has accepted quotation, everything. What's happening? So I was saying hello to her, just keeping in touch with her. I never talked about the work. Even when she talks about the work, I would say, no, that's not why I'm checking on you. That's not why I'm texting. I'm just seeing how you're doing. And so one day I decided to call her. I said, ma'am, is there a challenge you're having with this work? Because you seem so excited, and all of a sudden, she was like, Rosa, you will not understand. I have things to do. I'm just moving into this house and work is stressing me. I was like, okay, how can I help you get this job for you? She was like, Rosa, I've not even been able to. That mood board you sent me, you know, it's like your own mood board. I've not been able to do one for my clients, and there are things I want to add in it, and this and that. I told her, you know what? I will do your mood board for you. Tell me your color theme. Tell me everything. I will make it. I sat down and made it. I was now like, hey, madam, can I have your logo? Because I need it for the mood board. She was like, Rosa, I've not done logo. I said, madam, what do you want to write on the logo? How do you want the logo to be? When I was done, she didn't even know I was doing it. When I was done, I just sent her like 3 or 4 logos. I was like, do you like anyone? She now started saying, Rosa, thank you so much. She now said, she now calls me Angel. She was like, hi, Angel. Hi, my angel. Why? Because I genuinely cared for her. I stepped in. I was there. I was present. That small kindness. Today, since January till now, we've done 3 jobs for her and 2 are on the way. Do you guys remember the story of Joseph? Joseph was in prison. And he was not even just a prisoner, a normal prisoner. He was even the head of the prisoners, because even the prison guard trusted him. But that's not what I'm getting at. Joseph was in prison and forgotten. But he helped 2 men, Pharaoh's baker and Pharaoh's butler. He helped them interpret their dreams. He didn't go and say, if I interpret your dream, what will I get in return? No, he did it. He did it out of kindness. He did it genuinely. And one of those men remembered him. Yes, he said, when you go out, remember me. But he didn't ask for something in prison. That single act of kindness linked Joseph to Pharaoh and to his breakthrough. Sometimes, your first breakthrough is wrapped in a humble scenario. And if you can serve, your excellence will speak for you. So, if you're watching this and you're still waiting for someone to call you CEO, professional, it starts with 1 client, 1 act of service, 1 humble yes. Treat your first clients with heart. Listen to them. Support them. Support their dreams. Don't go and be chasing profit. Chase excellence. And the referrals will follow. My name is Rosa. I build things. I lead people. But I started with service. And that's how we're building this See you on our next episode. Ciao.